most dangerous podcast. P in the building was good. It was doing bar for bar. They Kent was going down, man. Let's get it. Good was good. Hundo up in this studio. Hundo.
F to the R to the S to the H to the O to the U to the T. That fresh out.
What's up? J-Camp's favorite part, baby.
J-Camp's favorite part of the show.
Wake him
up.
up.
I need a new clock. This nigga all broken, man. What's goody, man? What's going down, man? Sunday afternoon. I know you watching the games, boy. I know you watching a little football, dude. We got to come in real quick. Talk some hip-hop with J-Camp and Bebo. Hey. What's goody, y'all? What's going down?
What's happening? What's happening, fellas?
J-Camp, what's goody?
Man, same ish, different toilet, man. What's good with y'all?
Man, everything's good. Bebo P, what's goody, man? I heard you in the Circle City, man, going crazy, man.
Hey, not as crazy as Ricky Smiley, Cedric the Entertainer, Faison Love, Steve Harvey, Steve the Simp Harvey. And Epstein Island Chris Tucker, according to Chris. Michael Black, hey.
Island, dog.
Michael Blackson, hey, doing better than a lot of them folks, man. Including the artists maybe that we about to talk about later on. But how you feeling, Iceberg?
Hey, man, I'm good. First of all, man, salute to our guy, man. Search and Destroy, man.
Search and Destroy. What's good?
Dan the Laker fan, too, man. Salute to Dan the Laker fan on getting that channel back on the bread, pull out the money, Bebo. Hey.
Oh, always on deck.
I'm going to be on there later on.
Yeah, we're going to be up in there. We're going to be up there. Come on, man.
I got a feeling today is going to be
I got the feeling.
a stressful one. So, yeah.
Oh, man.
You know.
Hey,
F
man.
to
Mike
the
Knight.
R to the
Lakers
E
too,
to
man.
the S to the H there, fresh out. F to the R to the E to the S to the H there, it's fresh out.
Hey,
Salute to
man.
Mike Knight.
Come on, man. Mike Knight up in here, man. Come on, our sister, man.
For fresh.
Yeah,
Right.
Fresh. Miss LB. Miss LB got the craziest profile picture. You got to change
really
it back
do.
to you, man. Come on, man. Got
She
the
really
choke.
do. Man. That choke slam
So
joint.
much choke, man. Choke no joke.
Standing on business.
Touch 182. Stand on their business, man. Touch
Right.
man.
Right.
Touch, send some music, man. I know you got some new music.
Yeah.
Salute to another.
Check your IG inbox too, Touch.
Yeah, man.
Another brother in rhyme. You know what I'm
SAG.
That's
saying?
right.
Goody,
That's
man.
right.
What's going
KSG Peso, what's happening?
What's happening?
Countdown in 3, 2, oh, what?
What's goody, mama? What's going down with you? Gritty, what's going on,
Gritty.
man? Salute to Gritty,
salute.
Flex.
Man,
on,
always a
Salute
flexing.
everybody up in here, man.
Flex.
Already.
Raheem, what's goody,
Raheem
man?
Smalls Horton.
Raheem
man.
was
Peace
good.
back to you.
I was the prom queen. Girl, you
Right,
know, the
right.
prom fiend.
Right.
Salute to D. Rick James, man. Come on, man.
Salute to D. Rick James.
Salute. Hey, man, as everybody's tapping in, man, Tristan's in here, man. Salute.
Tristan
You know,
Cody.
oh, hold
Yep,
up, man.
yep,
Our
you already
sister,
know.
Latoya B.
Salute.
What's goody?
Salute.
What's going
What's
on,
good,
man?
Latoya?
Percy
What's
in
happening?
Here, man. Percy's in her holding it down. Come on,
Percy
man.
Miller. The other Percy Miller.
Power 800's and that's Steve
Harvey.
Steve Harvey.
Oh, man. Hold up, Mike,
Y'all
he
know
say
we got to
he-
cook a little bit.
Okay, he say Team K. You got to say expose him now. We
Uh-oh.
talking
Hit that
about
sinister early for him, Ice Boy. One time for the Katt Williams.
Yeah, man.
Paul.
Come on, salute the cat, man, holding it down, man. And
Salute
you
to
know,
Katt
we got
Williams.
love for Luda, man, but he came kind of weak. We're going to be talking about it, man. But, hey,
Yeah,
before
man.
we go in, though,
We going to talk about that.
we got to
Cat-
talk
Cat
about Baby.
He's Keith
and
Murray.
Baby.
He started out
He's
the year
Murray
like-
status.
He started out the year like Keith Murray did last year.
Dude, first of all, it's only day 7 of 2024. It's already going crazy, bro.
Man,
Come
Cat
on,
got
man.
it lit. Cat got it lit.
Cat does got a lip
Whoa.
on. But first, we got to talk about the other cat, man, in the game, man. Let's be clear. Let me turn the music off. Where do y'all put Ja Rule in, like, your legacy category? Because, again, let's be clear. Ja Rule's not no punk. You know what I'm saying?
No.
This dude basically took over the game after DMX the game. Then you had Ja Rule come in and sunshine, you know what I'm saying, sprinkle the game, you know what I'm saying, with the hooks and all the dope joints that was basically made hip hop into a household name. Let's be clear on the MTV swag, man, the TRL swag. This dude was huge. Pause. He hasn't dropped nothing in 10 years though. But he's back though. You know, he tried to get the bag over there with the other culture and bull. He tried to Mick Jagger some bull. You know what I'm saying? They had the fire little joint. Everybody over there dying and bull.
Doing them rich girl parties.
Yeah, he had the little joint. Yeah, the real rich girl party.
Don't forget about that commercial, that Greek.
The commercial. Yeah, the Greek
commercial.
joint. I don't know.
Yeah.
Man, he was down bad on the loop. Throw some bread,
Oh man, you gotta say no
little
more.
Greek joint.
This
Come
for
on,
the
give
Greek
him a little
commercial,
hunt,
man.
though.
It's
Give
bad
him a
out
hunt,
here,
though,
bro.
out here. God bless.
I wish you had that Greek commercial.
I'm gonna put on the edit joint, you know what I'm saying? But the whole thing is like, we know Ja can spit. Come on, man. Vidi Vidi Vici, man, that was a crazy record. We know
crazy.
We know Jay. We're gonna talk about Jay in a little bit too, but you know, Jay stole that what was that? Not the Can I Get a What joint. What's it? Whatever. Jay was stealing stuff. But he had the Holla Holla joint, you know what I'm saying?
Yep.
But he said he's in album mode for this year. He didn't do nothing for Hip Hop 50, long story short. Jay Camp Bebo P in the chat. Do we need something from Ja Rule in 2024? Because again, you know he can make the hits. He was a part of the whole 50 Cent just body situation. It was the first dude he bodied. You know what I'm saying? Can Ja come back and do we need him right now? Jay Camp Bebo P in the chat. Put something in there.
Man, that's a great question.
Ooh, that
I
fire
don't think
fest.
we need him right now. He can definitely come back. We just don't need none of that Ashanti swag all through the albums. You know what I'm saying? What would I do without my baby? We don't need none of that. You know what I'm saying? Like we just need Ja. We need Ja in that hip hop bag. You know what I'm saying? Not the pop bag, not the pop swag that he was on. I get it. He was getting to the money. You know, it is what it is. I mean, that's what dudes was doing back then. They was getting to the paper, man. So, and it was labeled, a lot of label enforced things too, man. But I'm kind of good on Ja right now. I mean, me personally, you know. But that's not to say that he can't come back and unleash. He certainly can. But I'm smooth on him right now, Bebo. I mean, it's other cats I'm looking for first. That's the only reason why I said that. Like, I don't need Ja right now.
You jumping the gun like Bebo real quick, though. But Bebo real quick. Hey, shoot to Andre, man. Mike Hayes is up in here. All our people, man. We got to shout them out, man. That's family. Leroy Green's in here. Direct to your feet to the Daddy Green's Pizza. You know what I'm saying?
Leroy
Salute to Leroy
Green,
Green
what's
up in
happening?
here, too.
What's happening?
Bebo P, though, what you think about Ja for 2024? Do you need a Ja Rule situation, a full album from Ja? Because again, you know, Irv sold his masters. He needed a little check, you know what I'm saying, before he do another Greek joint. What you thinking though?
I think that since Ja Rule just got that, what is it, $10 million deal that he just signed onto for another album.
Salute to Ja, yeah.
It was likely based on the tremendous successes that he had, with the
absolutely.
with the songs that he's done, pop songs, if you want to call it that, with the Shanti, such as what was Always on Time and Mesmerized. That
Always on Time.
the I'm Real with J Lo.
No,
I'm sure.
No,
Right. I'm sure it was bullet points on the resume of his that helped to make that sell. But like J Camp said, a lot of folks, they're not necessarily looking for Ja Rule. I will say at the same time that we wouldn't be mad at Ja Rule coming out with the album, and we're not. I think he needs to kind of take a similar, not the same, but a similar approach that Nicki Minaj did on the backside, no pun intended, in order for...
Backside.
Yeah, man. Just in order to gain... To do the market research in order to gain the success that he's really looking forward to and making a reemergence back in the game. Because if... It would be too weird if he came out,
Agreed,
on the with the same formula on the pop side, but then he tried to come out, back hardcore on that Blood in My Eye, and it really didn't get the success at the time that he was looking for. So he needs to be strategic in finding that middle ground that best suits his style and what's going to work out for him in the game with overall success that he's looking for.
Well, and it's the thing. Mama Bear basically is hitting on the head. J. Camp kind of hit the gun, though. You know what I'm saying? He jumped the gun a little. He jumped that proverbial shark. Shout out to the Podfather holding it down. The Podfather over there jumping that proverbial shark. Though.
Man.
You know what I'm saying?
Proverbial.
Salute to Ja for doing his thing though. You know we ain't knocking his
salute
bread
to
though.
Ja
You know what I'm
Rule.
saying? Salute to him.
Salute to good old Jeffrey.
Who needs to come out first? Who do we really need for 2024? Is it the Method Man? And you see Mama Bear saying Method Man is a higher up for her. But the whole thing of it though is it Meth and Havoc? Is it LL and Q-Tip? Is it that Snoop and Dre with that missionary joint, Paul? Or is that 50 Cent that we've been talking about? You know what I'm saying? 50 Cent
he's
been
working
ready to
with
go
Dre,
hard
too.
to paint. And then we just heard the Sus Painter. He's put on them Dreddy Cougars again. He's about to drop a song with D'Angelo for the Sus and Mid Booker Clarence joint. Are we looking for Hove to drop something? Is that what you really want for 2024? J Camp, Bebo in the chat. What you really hitting for? And first of all, man, I gotta come on, man. Salute the Gritty man in here, seeing the new fitted.
He's got
it's
that
tough.
head on his top.
Hathaven.com. We trying to do a little
Yeah,
business
yeah,
with them.
yeah.
We want to get them to get on. They
Fitted
gotta
is
get.
tough.
We gonna give them a baby plug. You know what I'm saying? But hey,
yeah.
man, $26, man. Go over there, get
Got
your
a
new
flex
Air
for
joint,
Icebergs Fitted all
yeah,
day.
man. And also too, we got the merch, the Fresh Out merch. Go over there. But long story short, who are you trying? Who are you looking out for? J Camp, BOP in the chat. Let's be clear.
I mean, everybody that you name besides Ja Rule. I mean, I'm checking
Dang.
for all them besides Ja. I'm not saying the reason, but there's a reason why I said that though. There's a reason why I said that.
Jay can't wait
because
he just went Katt Williams on Ja Rule. Dang.
But I'm going to give you my main reason though. It's not because of talent. It's not because of a talent deficiency. Ja Rule ain't been featured on nobody's stuff. Meth was bodying everything he touched.
We're gonna be talking about him later today.
50 Cent was featured on some joints.
Curtis Goody.
You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, LL did a tour last year. So,
Bars.
Man, come on, Four Store.
I mean, again, man, like there's other people who's already given us a warm up. They're giving us an entree. Ja Rule hasn't done anything. That's why I'm like, Ja Rule just need to go ahead and sit this one out for a bit. I think even Miss LB said it like perfectly. It's not. We're not saying that Ja Rule don't deserve to be a part of hip hop. He certainly does. He's already etched. But I'm trying to hear some other cats first who kind of gave us. They was warming up in 2023. Now they ready for 2024. Okay. Snoop and Dre included. So. Yeah, I'm good on Ja right. That's why I said I'm good on Ja right now.
I'm inclined to definitely agree, man. I don't really have one that stands out over the other in terms of who should drop first or who should drop over the other options that Iceberg just mentioned because they all need to not only release some great music, but they all have a point that they need to prove to their audience. I mean, I know Method Man's been criticized, you know, for
multiple times.
For his albums. I've liked most of his albums, but just generally speaking, right? Just generally speaking,
Katt Williams.
Man, Katt Williams over here cooking Ja Rule.
Remember that Katt Williams.
I told him to stop doing it.
I'm about to use that in the bar now, Coach. I appreciate that, bro. You pretty much gave me something to run with.
Katt Williams, though.
Camp over here talking about Ja. Do you not know what a plant is?
Do you not know what a plant is? Do you not know the definition? I don't know the definition.
If you don't use a fat phase on life.
This is a year for winners. This is not a year for losers.
Hey, man, you gotta love Katt, man. So, hey, Leroy Green saying Matt Lab Evans had joints on all three of them, man.
Right.
Facts.
I guess what we're talking about though, which you're right. All of those Meth Lab albums were definitely on fire. But when it comes to studio albums, studio albums for all four cats, they all have to really reintroduce themselves back in the game of in a
True.
just loosely speaking. I mean, of course they're vetted, so I would never try to take anything away from them on that. But it's since it's been a while that cats have received a studio album from those individuals, those legends. They really gotta make sure that they come with the juice on whatever's to come in 2024. Should they drop what it is that they had announced?
To your
I agree,
point, too,
man.
B-Boy P.
Mike's even saying, man, he's looking for that Nas and Primo. This is the other question too.
Yes. Real quick, Iceberg. Hold that. What were you gonna say, J Camp?
Nah, I was gonna say, like, just touching on Meth, man, he was getting a lot of undeserved criticism being compared to other Wu members.
He
would
was.
constantly go on these
Unfair
these talking
criticism.
head shows,
Right.
And people were just criticizing, calling him like the worst Wu member. Just really talking reckless, like just being
Real
Like he being
reckless.
Hollywood damn near.
Just
Meth.
disrespectful.
You know what I'm saying? And Meth has been extremely consistent as an MC. And they was talking to Meth like he fell off. It's like, come on, fam. Like this
Far
dude
from
is
it.
a beast.
Far from it.
And then we've been seeing him body verses.
He's
Let's
been
be clear,
killing
man.
verses.
Even on
Killing
the
it.
album we're gonna be talking about
2023.
later on, body the verse on that joint. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
absolutely,
So-
man. So we want to make sure we give Meth his flowers, but not only that, I'm definitely looking forward to hearing some new Method Man for sure.
Yeah. Tor was goody, man. See you in the building, man. We'll see what's going down.
happening?
Salute to having you over here with us, man, today, man. We talking some real hip hop, man. J Camp, B-Bo P, let's be clear. And we have the best chat in the world, let's be clear. We know Benny the Butcher. He'll be actually dropping on the 24th, man. We excited to hear the new joint from him, man. Salute, man.
Yes.
I made Joan on the cat, but we love him. He's real hip hop. B-Bo P was basically talking about legacy artists, and that's what we've been talking about, from Ja Rule to, Method Man and all that. But I think really Benny the Butcher can really kind of set that middle ground tone for the new cats, man, as far as passing the torch. We're going to be talking about later on with Pete Rock and Eric Sermon how hip-hop's not evolving the way that we really thought it would from, the 80s, 90s, 2000s, and now it's in a stagnant space. But I think really Benny can really do something dope. But
Yeah. Great point.
are you
Iceberg.
more excited to hear something new from Benny? Or do you think this Nas will drop something maybe that will just extend this legacy run that he's been doing to 2024? Because he drug hip-hop, let's be clear.
And still
All the
is
way
dragging
pretty
it.
much, man, to the finish line last year. Are you more excited to hear something new from Benny? Or continue this run from Nas, man? Maybe
Just
with
from
Hit Boy,
Iceberg's
maybe
facial
with
expression.
Primo. You know what I'm
Just
saying?
from your facial expression, Iceberg, we already know the answer. But go ahead, J
Facts,
Camp.
facts. It's almost slightly disrespectful to Benny, though. I mean, because
Dang.
it's almost like trying to cut the excitement from Benny by leveraging Nas in this conversation. That's the only part it's kind of hard for me right there. I'm excited to hear Benny, man. So I can't wait to see what he. 'Cause again, if you saying everybody can't go, I need to. I need to hear fire and brimstone, bro. So my expectations for this one is sky high. Plus, he said it's gonna be the best since Dark Man X coming on Def Jam. So I need I need to hear this one. So I'm definitely running with Benny on this one. Definitely always looking forward to hearing Esco. But Benny trailblazed this one last year. So he set the stage, whether it's gonna be disappointing or it's gonna be great.
Leroy
We gonna
saying
find
Benny, think Mike Knight saying Benny took too long to drop that album. The ship has sailed.
I mean, I don't disagree with that either, but that don't take away my excitement for wanting to hear it, though.
Right.
You know,
Right. My sentiments
real
again
quick,
are
man.
the same.
Rosalind's in the building. Salute, man.
Rosalind, hey, what's happening?
I think you should reach
Rosalind
out to other
Aldridge.
artists in collaboration 2024. Amber Nice in here. Salute. That's our
Amber
family,
Knight.
man. It's finally caught alive, man, here in London.
Hey, salute to
Yeah,
London.
London.
Salute to you as
Salute
well,
what's going
Amber.
down with
Salute to London, Amber.
Salute.
Absolutely.
Amber's in the building, holding it down, man. We see the brim too. We see the brim swag. Salute.
All day, all day.
B-Bo P, like again, not taking it to like what J Camp said was right. We're not trying to dim the light at all for Beanie, but are you more excited just in that vacuum? Are you more excited to hear something new from Beanie from that label standpoint? Because I think, man, he's gonna polish something up nice. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Or that run from Nas, maybe with a Primo Hit Boy. Who knows?
I think that, I mean, it is kind of unfair to compare the two, as J Camp stated, between Benny's soon to come, Everybody Can't Go, and, whatever Nas has in the chamber for 2024. I mean, obviously Nas is going to be the fan favorite.
Absolutely.
I will say at the same time that I'm definitely looking forward to what Benny has to provide for us, as the consumers, with that Hit Boy and Alchemist, production collab, to that Hit Boy or that Benny has to provide us here in this coming month. You know what I'm saying? And whatever the quality of this album, right? Butcher coming, right? Whatever this album is, I hope that Benny doesn't let his foot off the gas, regardless of what the album is, because I think that's going to be important too. He needs to keep things going regardless. I know Griselda's been killing it on a consistent level, but as far as Benny solo artist wise, he just needs to hit us off, break him off with just ongoing projects to keep the flame lit.
Gritty saying that Benny will still be fired. Seemed like he's in his zone. He bodied that Bum B track. We're gonna be talking about that later on too.
Yeah.
Gritty doing his homework over here. We got to give him a star. You know what I'm saying? Doing his homework. Leroy
Trill
Green
Zelda.
saying Everybody Can't Go greater than Nas and Hit Again.
Oh, okay.
We'll see. Like I said, we'll see what's going on. But I think
he's just saying he's excited to hear that over another Nas and Hit joint.
I agree. Game. And again, I forgot who put that in. Mike Knight. That Game and Hit Boy joint.
It is.
That's
that
crazy
album's
too.
a problem.
We're going to be talking about it later on too, but that album is hit worthy, man. Let's be clear. Court and Hip Hop talked about it too, so it's a nice album again, man. Salute the big hit too, man. Like coming out the bang and dropping the bars and bull, like
crazy
man.
with it too, man.
Dre saying Benny better to live after making that bold statement.
Facts. That's why I'm excited to hear it, Andre. That's why I'm excited to hear it.
All day facts.
Yeah, like I said, man, we're gonna see what's going on, man.
Got our attention. Benny got our attention. That's for sure. Off that.
Hold on. Leroy Green saying Benny got to dress up like the bus from the Kings of NY movie when he drops it back. Okay,
that's a good one. That's a good one, Leroy.
Man, Miss LB, I ain't seeing in the chat. You might be cooking something, doing something in the crib, man. What you thinking on that joint too, man? On the Benny joint, man. We need to get everybody get little predictions in, man, before we hit the joint, man. I'm excited to hear it. But like I said, man, those legacy artists, man, we hoping to hear that we didn't get to hear in 2023. Hopefully we get to hear them this year. Cause we need some new flavor out here, man. Even from the legacy artists, we need adult contemporary hip hop, which we'll be talking about that later on.
Indeed.
But speaking of legacies, Uncle Murda died. Just bodied this nigga. Sus Diddy, man. Just broke the whole hot tub. The bad boy jacuzzi. Stop it.
Ether.
If y'all didn't hear the wrap up 2023 part 2, fair use, by the way. This is for educational purposes only, by the way.
What happened, but y'all don't care. Y'all still want me to talk.
What the Bebo P vibe?
Wrong again, brother.
Other niggas the fucker while he watched us some.
No, bruh. Not with that camera back
That footage is the worst.
Stop.
First of all,
in the heck,
who says, hey, bring the cameras over. I'm going to take my clothes off, and then y'all going to record the shot.
Blinds open, window in the side.
Straight butt cheeks out.
I'm going to pop my pussy.
Everybody in Miami, man, we apologize as a black delegation. We apologize for
With some of them church socks on. With some of them deacon socks.
If he don't.
The deacon socks.
The fucker while he watched us some.
Never. No. No, man. Nah, iceberg. No.
Hey, I'm gonna stay on the DJ Vlad gonna get me if I play that joint. Oh Lord, man. Before we go in there, hold on. Mike H, man. Show sponsor already, man. 2024
On
is gonna
that
be a
note.
movie. It's 7 days. Salute to Mike H. About the money Bebo P.
It's already here, brother.
Diddy and Katt.
Fact. Relax, Mike H.
February, yeah, election year too. God dang, Mike H
We
going
only
hard
7
to
days
paint.
in. We only
7 days in.
bro.
Salute
Mike
to
H said
man.
2024 gonna be a movie.
Movie.
Diddy, Katt, including Epstein's list, and it's not even February yet. Election year.
Salute to Mike H, man. Always showing love to independent
Salute.
hip hop media, man. Salute. J.
Man.
Camp BOP in the chat. Was this fair? Like, this was. How can you come back from this? I showed
is
one of my
fair.
homies this. They don't know really what's going on in hip hop. They was like, "How is Diddy not arrested?"
All is fair.
What's I mean, like, what's your thoughts on this record, man? And what's next for Sus? Because he bodied Jada and Will too.
Yeah, I think Touch said it well, man. This is pretty much hit him up 2023, 2024. I mean,
Dang.
it just bodied him. But I mean,
Shoot, Mike
everything on here is pretty much out in the news. It's not like he made any of this up.
Mike says like, but
These are things that's already been reported. So, I mean, this is Hannibal. This was a Hannibal situation that he pretty much put it out there. Let the world know. You know what I'm saying? Like, in case you forgot, let me go ahead and give you the timeline of this, man. So Uncle Murda pretty much laced that from a timeline perspective. And, I mean, it's all fair, bro. It's hip-hop. It's fair.
He said like Roy Jones, y'all must have forgot.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, Diddy's made way too much bread in his career for this to ever be foul. Like, it's come with the territory, bro. When you out here being grimy, it come with the territory.
Miss
Go
LB says
ahead,
she ain't
Debo.
excited no more about that Benny either, by the way. She says she's gonna still check it out though. Bebo Pito, what you thinking, man, on this Uncle Murda? We was gonna talk about it Wednesday. We couldn't fit it in, pause. But listening to it, man, like, I think Jay Camp put in the chat, and I was like, oh, okay, I'll check it later. When I heard, I was like, damn. What's your thoughts on the record, man? Because, again, we know back in the day, man, if you said something about Puff or Jay-Z, it was career suicide. So what's your thoughts on the track, and why do you feel like now everybody's like, oh, I can talk about him now. He good. We good. He laying on the ground.
Because he's committed career suicide on his own. The times have really just caught up with him. And to answer your question before, whether this is fair or not, it's not fair and it's not supposed to be. It's not supposed to be. I mean, this is the definition of what they call karma. Part 2 of Uncle Murda's 2023 wrap-up song could arguably be considered the most savage of the 3 parts because there's 3 songs, that kind of make up one. This is probably the most savage because he boldly, like Iceberg said, Uncle Murda boldly addressed Jada disrespecting Will and the family for her own personal aggrandizement while still addressing Will allegedly being, well, not allegedly, but kind of being sus out here. He addressed the Keefy D matter and Keefy D saying sus
Whole timeline.
paid to murk Tupac as well. Man, I mean, there's, as Iceberg just played as well, putting Aaron Hall's braggadocious sexcapades and
They all see me bang. They all see me bang.
Right. Ugh. And there was this brief mention of Bishop T.D. Jakes out here, and all in relation to the Diddy matter. I mean, you talk about a significant blow, no pun intended. So, like we stated before, the whole Astroglide Diddy situation, it was the linchpin that followed others such as the mayor Iceberg Adams, Cuba Gooding Jr., Jonathan Majors, and others as well, which is what
Jonathan Slaveface Majors.
I guess.
Envy. The fact that
And envy. I mean, and you see the visuals that that Uncle Murda had. It's wild, and y'all didn't see it, but what really cracked me up toward the end was that that Better Call Saul visual, and the y'all didn't catch this either, but there's a 6 degrees of separation situation in relation to Will Smith, but This is definitely one to peep out as a brief 2023 summary of some of the top controversies in entertainment. And
Hey, man,
with
real
that said,
quick,
salute
man.
to Jar from Rap
Jar,
Roundtable. Was
man,
good.
Roundtable's in the chat, man. He should say he passing through real quick, man, but we got to stop the show anytime Jar comes through, man. Rap Roundtable.
Absolutely,
And again,
man.
salute. Hey, happy
happening.
2024 to you guys, man, too.
Yes, happy
Much
New
love,
Year.
man, and success, man,
blessings,
to everything
too,
over there, man. You
Yes.
guys are the voice to me. Let's be clear. Rap Roundtable is the voice of New York City. Let's be clear.
Come on now.
Come on, man. That's undeniable, man. Salute to Jarv and everybody over at Rap Roundtable.
Salute.
Is there any coming back from Diddy? Like, I'm talking about public perception. Is there anything, like, he just going to have to sit down? Because, you know, it's just like the Katt Williams situation. We're going to talk about it this week. Next week going to be something else. Will people forget about this? Can he come back? Because, again, if Hannibal Kells drops something today, people still going to bring up all his stuff that he was doing. Like, there's no way he can wash them hands, pause, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Same thing with this. I mean, you pretty much said it perfectly. I mean, he can't wash his hands from this.
Nope.
No.
I mean, not to say that he'll be barred from doing music, but he got to tread carefully. Whatever he does, he's got to tread carefully, and he's pretty much gonna have to stay out of the limelight for a while. I mean, he's gonna have to just play the background for a minute. It's not even show his face. But people not gonna forget about this because he was arrogant with it. I mean, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And this thing, it wasn't just
arrogant
like
with it, man.
Mike Jones, with that he's doing some crazy stuff for 2 years while he's on top. It's been decades, bro.
Diddy's
Like, been kind of doing this bull.
Man, he thought he was
and kind of
Teflon,
getting away
man.
with it.
Pause.
And let's be clear, he got Lester Charles Leonard. He got him fired. He got Wendy Williams fired. I mean, imagine the other stuff that we don't know about. I mean, you had a grown woman basically getting smashed. Like, hey, look up the D that you want to hit you tonight so I can watch it. Like, you got a grown woman taking D. Taking D. That young Jeezy Jenny might slap. Come on, man. You gotta you blowing up people's cars.
Yeah.
And let's be clear, we know J. Cole had a broke arm. Allegedly.
He slapped Drake too.
He slapped Drake. Come on, man. This dude's a terror, bro. Like, real talk, Suge Knight just ran over a nigga. This dude is like, and then let's be clear, he did the UCLA coach and hit him with a hammer or some bull, a weight.
Iceberg called him Thor. Dang.
Yeah, man.
With Mjolnir.
Come on, man. Like, let's be clear, man. I don't know, man. Hey, man, salute to Sean, man. AG, Nas Info _ man. Everybody hip hop talks, man. Salute, man. We got mad love for him, man.
Yes.
Mike Knight holding it down, man. Of course, man, in the chat, man. No hot tub can cleanse Diddy's image.
I have to agree. I mean, this is a scar on his credibility and reputation. I don't see him being able to fully come back from this situation whatsoever.
Man, yeah. Well,
we'll see what comes from it. Pause. Again,
well, and
but,
again,
you know,
like we everybody used to have. We want that Will Love and Jada and Will Love type bull. We don't want that no more. But I think they can still come back. They good. You know what I'm saying?
J.
Like,
Cole
he can
gotta
come out
take
with a
it out.
movie. They're gonna be fine. No problem.
He got
all
that
it'll
whole
take us-
bar.
Yeah, he
Cole
do. Like, he
gotta edit that
can't
whole bar.
he can't perform that joint no more. Yeah, Leroy Green set them freak offs. Yeah, for Young Miami.
freak
dog.
offs.
Yeah. Freak off playoffs. We can't win a game. Oh yeah, man. Salute the corner hip hop too, man.
Yes, salute to
Mike
Corner
D,
Hip Hop.
You know what I'm saying? Winning that award. Y'all voted for him. So
Best
salute,
podcast
man.
of the year again.
Come on, man. Hey, again,
All
man.
day,
We
like
gotta
that.
show love to all the real ones out there and independent hip hop. And this is why I'm glad Jarv's in here. I was thinking about Jarv earlier today, man, and I was looking at Hip Hop DX and some other stuff. We had to start getting some voices. Adriel Green, Sean and them over at Hip Hop Talks. We had to get some people over to the masses to talk some real hip hop on these platforms and write some articles. So we got as like I saw some of the staff at Hip Hop DX. we need some real ones over there writing the articles, man, and really talking that real hip hop. Because again, you got people who are really trying to shift the narrative, and this whole episode is about exposing the real. You know what I'm saying? They never say tell lying is brutal. They say you telling the brutal truth. You know what I'm saying? So again, this whole episode is about keeping it real, and sometimes real is like fire. It can heat your home, man, and make you comfortable, or it can burn down a whole city.
Say that again for the people in the back, Iceberg.
Fire, it can basically give you comfort, can heat your home and make you feel great. But too much of it can burn out a whole city. So again, this whole thing, man, with Katt Williams, Uncle Murda basically talking about sus Diddy, you know what I'm saying, on this level. You know what I'm saying? We never had anybody really like openly talk about these things, man. And some of it, it's like J Camp is his own doing. But it's sad because he's a legend. If you love hip hop, man, he's a legend when it comes to that space. But the stuff that he did while he was in it and was still over having his hands all on it, pause, is just nasty. What's you guys' final thoughts on the Uncle Murda joint part 2? The wrap up, man. Again, we used to have mad skills doing that. Hey, here we go again, doing that VH1 little swag, and Uncle Murda just lit it up, man. You know, like he said, he's a part of the holidays like Mariah now. What's you guys' thoughts, man? As we kind of like transition over to 2024 for real. Like we only in here for 7 days, and it's crazy right now.
Yeah, I mean, in case anybody was just asleep and missed all of 2023. I mean, it was definitely a good wrap up. I mean, he pretty much gave you the summary. He summarized it for you. It's the Hip Hop for Dummies edition. Again, if you was asleep at the wheel for a whole year, check it out. If you need to get caught up, because he pretty much does it for you.
Yeah,
you know.
All day.
What's your final thoughts, man, on this, man?
Definitely check out part 2, but also parts 1 and 3. Check out all 3 parts of what Uncle Murda did on the 2023 wrap up, because he covered pretty much everything you could think of, and maybe some things that might have kind of slipped the mind. I mean, the Dwight Howard denying his rainbow status, Sukihana liking to get.
I need my coochie scratched.
Yeah, and then Smoochie Osiris, Smooches Osiris kissing her without permission afterwards. The Brat situation. I mean, just so many others. But the thing that stood out to me I mean, a lot of things stood out, but one of the things that stood out of all 3 versions of the wrap up was that Uncle Murda said that, in so many words, no notable rappers that we know of got shot in 2023 during Hip Hop 50. And I want to, I thought, that's interesting. So I definitely want to give a salute.
Right there.
Yeah. And if you're not careful, it could get, it could get lost or, as a needle in a haystack, amongst all the controversial things that I mentioned. So, definitely want to give a salute to hip hop for, a non-life losing year, if you want to call it that. And definitely check out the wrap up that Uncle Murda bodied. I mean, just straight bodied. So, yeah, peep it when you can.
Hey, man, salute to Unc Murda. He didn't, and let's be clear.
Yes.
He just got out the tour at 50, you know what I'm saying? So 50 was like, yo, here's a little stack. Show the money, people.
Oh.
Hey, man, go ahead and body Diddy for me, cuz I can maybe get that revolt off of them real quick.
And then this stack is for the documentary that's soon to come that 50's working on.
Fire sale. Like, let's be clear now. Did he do it? Did he do it? Come on,
That's
man.
hilarious.
Hey, first of all, let's be clear, man. We got our guy Freddie G in the building, man.
Freddie
man.
G
Man,
was
man,
good.
What's happening?
What's happening?
Time Freddie G come in, we got to stop the show.
Freddie
and of course,
G,
we
the
got our
General,
guy too, man.
Nightmare.
Nightmare,
Salute.
fresh out, man.
He's
Come
with
on,
the
man.
deuces.
Young Titan.
Also, too, man, check out
Yes.
that Titans music video, too, man. Nightmare, Bebo P, and Time, man. Come on, Son One.
The
You know
whole
what I'm saying?
coalition.
Yeah, coalition
Indeed.
going crazy,
You already
man.
know.
Ability Beats. Actually, let me put it in the chat real quick. But Uncle Murda, man, just this whole situation, like I said,
the whole
just,
situation.
yeah, it's just 2024, man. I think everybody taking the kid gloves off, man, and straight going hard in the paint, man.
It's going to be just as savage in 2024, if not more so.
David Burns in here. Yeah, salute, man.
David Burns, what's good?
What's goody, man?
Salute to Cedar Hill,
Toasty
man.
David Burns. In
Well,
Cedar
this
Hill,
thing,
Texas.
speaking of Texas, man, and David Burns down there in Cedar Hill,
Perfect
Texas, you know what I'm
perfect
saying? We got to
segue.
talk about our
Perfect.
guy, Bum B, and Statik
segue.
Selektah. That TrillStatik 3, the third installment, 15 tracks. You grew up on them. You know what I'm saying? This album is crazy because, again, you know, December, first of all, Hip Hop 54 quarter was kind of mid.
Yeah. It was.
Yeah,
You
it
know what I'm
was.
saying? Salute family.
It was
It was kind of mid. So, like I said, we got a blessing from Bum B and Statik Selektah with the TrillStatik 3. Soulmatic was goody, man. What's going on? That's family
Soulmatic
right
was
there.
happening.
Salute.
Salute
This album was
Soulmatic.
dope, man. It's crazy because, again, we always talk about, you know, we're in our, you know, we up in age, man. So we want to hear dope contemporary hip hop. We don't want to hear about Hellcats and scratching your coochie and bull. You know what I'm saying? So this is right up my alley. Love the record. We also talked about the game in Big Hit and Hit Boy. But this album right here was special, man. Beanie the Butcher, Method Man, Rome Streets, man. Talib Kweli came out to put a verse on this joint. What's your thoughts, man, on this record, man? J Camp, Bebo P. And if you heard in the chat, give your opinion in the chat, man, if you heard this record yet.
I mean, I know we didn't mention Statik Select for our 2023 like awards and just cast that we felt that had a great 2023. I definitely want to say that Statik Selektah should have definitely been at least an honorable mention.
Okay.
Not only did he body this particular album, this TrillStatik 3, but every project that he touched in 2023 pretty much turned to gold, man. This was, of course, was sonically pleasing, and it's just great to hear Bun B doing what he said in so many interviews that he's always wanted to do, which he wanted to kind of, this was a lane that he wanted to be in. It's not that he's ever going to ever drop the swang, you know, drop that Texas flavor in his music, but he said he's always wanted to, you know what I'm saying, to record like boom bap level hip hop, because that's what he grew up on. He grew up as a MC's. I mean, he was a bar bully. That's what Bun B was when he came up. So I'm just proud of him, man, for him to be able to kind of do what he's always sought to do. And this is the third installment, and it sounds great. I mean, it sounds great because you still got that Texas flavor. It's sprinkled in there. The joint that he's got with Bodie James and Paul, I call him Paul Walrus, which Paul Wall killed,
baby.
Paul Wall killed that joint too, by the way, man. Whenever you run it back, Paul Wall bodied that, man. But this was definitely a great album. Another standout track to me was Big Ish, and I think that had like
UFO Fevs and
UFO Fev
Luca
and Luca. Those are two dudes
Memphis
that
dude right there.
That a lot of people don't really know about right now.
Right.
But
Serious.
They dart throwers.
Yep.
There's not really a bad verse really on this whole album. I mean, all the features like fit like a glove. I mean, that's the other thing. It kind of sounds like, I don't want to say compilation because it definitely sounds like a Bun B album, but this is really like a throwback hip hop album where you just got raw, uncut, just heavy hitters, man. Like at the top, what they sword is sharp, and that's what I like to hear when I hear an album that's got a bunch of features. Man, everybody brought it, man. When you have features, you're supposed to get elevated. It's supposed to elevate every artist on the track, even if you're not in the studio together. It's supposed to elevate you, and that's what this and Bun B and Statik Selektah delivered with that. I'm pretty sure Statik probably had a hand in helping to get some of the artists on here as well. Not that Bun B ever needs help, but I think
definitely like the Nims and the Helter Skelter too. Let's be clear. You know, that's
oh my God,
that's
but
Statik Selektah.
Nims,
Nims
might
Yeah,
have
that's Smith and Wesson, dog.
Nims might have the best
Smith
verse. Nims probably got the best verse of anybody on the entire project because he went animal on there. But yeah, man,
You're an animal.
I'm pretty sure that Statik helped with that because he knows like the certain sound. You got to have a certain MC to fit certain tracks, man. But this was dope, B-Boy P, man. You know, without really getting into it track for track, bar for bar, just speaking at it from a high level perspective,
Sean,
man.
what's
I mean,
good?
from the
Oh,
rooted
man,
to
salute to
the
Sean
from the
in
rooted
the
to the
building,
tutor, this one goes down. goes down. So if this is one that you slept on, definitely throw it in your playlist because I promise you definitely going to enjoy this one. Bun B brings it. Everybody brings it on here. Everybody brings it on here.
Indeed, man. I mean, like Bun B stated in the intro of this album, the third time's a charm indeed for he and DJ Statik Selektah's TrillStatik 3.
One. This is the best
Yeah.
one out that trio to me.
There you go. There you go. I mean, you brothers mentioned one of the tracks I was just thinking of, the with the upfront and brutal sounding Nims and the legendary Smith and Wesson, and of course Bun B.
Benny killed that verse
was a
too.
dope
Let's be clear,
situation.
man.
Oh yeah, they all
Benny
did on
did.
that Super Legends. Yeah, they all killed on that slow-paced Super Legends track. I mean, that big
Nims,
ish, like
though.
J Camp said, with UFO Fev giving significant reverence to the late great Pimp C's pocket full of stones-esque lessons in the beginning of his verse, and Luca's lyrical
Man, I had my face look like
onslaught.
T.I.'s wife, dog. Come on.
That Trill Burger bar was heavy.
It was.
Like T.I.'s
It was heavy,
wife,
dog.
dog. Tiny face, dog.
And no, Iceberg, not without the makeup.
Dog.
Oh,
Tell your daddy I
man.
said, hey.
Oh.
Get your little pussy out of here.
It's almost Frit day after next. Boy, this is a Katt Williams weekend.
Rebel Legit was goody, cuz. What's going on?
Was
man?
good, Rebel
Salute
Legit.
family.
Heck
Definitely
yeah,
check
but
it
yeah,
out, Rebel.
dope
Definitely
joint.
check it out, man.
Yeah, that Speakeasy. That joint kind of gave me a Pete Rock-esque kind of vibe on the production with the boom bap and the boom bap drums and the short-lived yet repetitive lingering saxophone that you know that Pete Rock has a tendency to do. With Graf and Neek the Skits. Of course Bun B, and then I like Down for You as well. Bun B, man, he just talked about the many woes in life. From still missing the late great Pimp C, survivor's remorse. The
Underrated
world lacking
storyteller.
love and compassion, and just rhetorically asking who and what are you praying for in life. So I just wanted to. He had a line in there that stood out, and it said, I'm from the ghetto though, so don't put it past me. Have your homies pieces looking for some help like he's Lassie, and he said that on a memory of. But yeah, I mean. Just wanted to highlight at least those joints because we already know that Meth brought the pain with Bun B on that Set in Stone, the joint with Millie's Propane, and then on the Outside, the Day in the Life.
That was probably the one that's my least favorite on there. It's a good joint.
The Outside
one-
joint?
Yeah, the one with like Millie.
The outside was different, but to me that the Day in a Life joint with Talib though.
Talib and Coda the
Production was crazy.
Friend. Yeah,
man.
Yeah,
And-
Talib was crazy on
Cody
that.
the
Nice
Friend.
verse, did a little hook.
That's another.
Yeah.
Yeah, that kind of had like a high tech kind
It
of
did.
ambiance.
Ooh, facts.
Man,
Great.
Come
That
on
was
now,
dope,
but yeah,
man. Like,
definitely.
like, the whole
You know-
album's gonna make you look
yeah.
like T.I.'s wife, man, with the face on the oatmeal joint. You know what I'm saying? Just straight scrunch.
Not that tiny oats. No,
Yeah.
dog. You know what? I'll say this to end off that because I just thought of it. I think TrillStatik 2 kind of reminded me of Nas and Hit Boy's King's Disease 3, whereas this TrillStatik 3 reminded me of Magic 3 because TrillStatik 2 kind of had a little bit more of a polished sound to it while still being hip hop, and just like KD3 was. And then this album and
more raw.
TrillStatik 3, it was more raw, more gritty, like Magic 3. So. Just had that in mind. But yeah, definitely check out that album, TrillStatik 3, because
Hey, man, like I
Statik
said, the album's crazy,
Selektah, Bun B
man.
killed it.
Definitely gotta check it out, man. But Gritty, man, coming through.
Gritty,
as a
come on now. I gotta do
co-sponsor
that with the
tonight,
flex.
man.
Peace to
Come
Gritty,
on with the
man.
$5 holler. Let's be
Salute.
clear. He's saying the album's been on repeat all weekend.
I can see
Great way to
why.
start off the new year. Game, big hit. Now I got a feeling another legend dropping soon.
They in
you
a
go.
good groove, man.
Yeah.
Salute the Gritty, man.
Yeah.
Bun B and Statik in a good groove, man. They
are.
found
Real good groove.
They found a good lane to really be in, man, and it helps Bun B shine, man. Wrongly, bro. They wrong for that.
Well,
man.
first of all, I understand. We don't condone cheating, but we understand. Which, waking up to a face like that, Lord Jesus, she got a face of radio.
Stop
Salute to the tiny man on it down, man.
Iceberg
Hey
said
man,
that
she had
face was
6
not
kids,
standing
man.
on
What'd you-
business.
What'd you expect though?
Cam's
She had 6
freestyle
kids,
was
though.
crazy.
Oh,
it is what it
Yeah,
is.
over that
Yeah, Cam still
D'Angelo
got it.
joint.
Yep.
Cam still got it. You know what I'm
Ooh,
saying?
yeah.
Cam
And this
still
thing-
got it,
Yes.
man.
Salute to Jordan, still in the building too, man. If you have Rome Streets is on the record. Let's be clear.
He
Check out the
Trill
interview.
Zelda.
I felt he had the best verse on that.
Let's be
Zelda.
clear.
I felt he
Go
had the
check
best
out the
verse on
interview
that,
from
too.
Rome Streets on the Rap Roundtable
On Rap
YouTube
Roundtable.
channel. Go check it
Definitely.
out. Great interview. Let's be clear, man. We got to keep supporting independent hip hop media. Let's be clear. So,
Indeed.
like I said,
You can
man,
say
killed
that
it like
again and
always,
again,
man.
bro.
We got to support, man, independent hip hop media. Because again, when I looked at Hip Hop DX's staff, I said,
Dun, 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 wow.
Yeah, 100%.
so again, like I said, man, like we got to get some more of these guys, man. Coop, Jaw, y'all need to start writing for these platforms, man. Like I'm championing that right there, man. Salute, but first of all, man, our brother. Maz in
Wagwan.
the building, Wagwan. You know what I'm saying? Salute to you, family. I was just thinking about you the other day, man.
Happy New Year.
Salute to you, man. Happy New Year, man. Happy New Year to everybody in the chat too, man.
To everybody.
Empire
Jeff.
Jeff, man. Salute, man. To
Empire
the brothers,
Jeff
man.
TV.
He's saying, man, Statik turn.
TrillStatik is fire,
Yeah,
bro.
come on, let's be clear, man.
Yeah,
It is,
yeah.
man. Let's
Fire,
be clear.
man.
Yeah, so again, man, great album to
Love
check
that
out,
logo,
man.
too.
If you kind of just don't have nothing to add to your playlist, TrillStatik 3 and that hit boy that Paisley the big hit in the game that Paisley
Game,
Drinks,
yep.
man. Definitely
Yes.
dope, man.
Yes.
But this is
his
something
bag,
you
boy.
don't want to add to your joint. Turn the music off of this joint.
I knew it was going to be every single button pushed by Iceberg. With a meat.
Had to put back on it. First of all, if somebody says that you got bent over for something, you're not gonna respond with a diss record. I'm gonna go in there. I'm gonna go fly and see you go do something, man. Like we know Katt Williams. We saw it, man. First of all, salute to Uncle Shay, man. 28 million views in 4
28
days.
million.
It's about to be 30 per the
About
date
to
of
be
this
30?
recording. Yep.
Hey, man, salute to Uncle Shay, man. It
Shay's
just
over
shows you,
like-
man. Anytime, man, you with somebody. Hold
Oh
on.
yeah. Wait. You know he's sitting somewhere at that Black and Mile. Come on, show.
Come on, man.
Right, and that yak. That
It's straight, yeah.
Yeah.
So, like I said, 30 million. Like I said, his biggest,
Cat, I gotta take another drink to this one.
yeah,
Yeah.
his biggest interview was 9 million with Steve No Hairline Harvey,
Right.
and
Man, that man unit.
That man unit.
That's what he called it.
Mr. Potato Head. He do look just like Mr. Potato Head too.
So much Mr. Potato.
So, long story short, man, he basically roasted. We know Katt Williams roasted everybody in the industry, and it wasn't like he was clout chasing. He was basically responding to what they said on
Right.
Uncle Shay's platform. So of course he said something about Ludacris, which the wives are off limit. You know, let's be clear, the wives are off limit, except for Tiny. But he said Ludacris basically got a 10 movie deal. He's been in
20.
all the
20.
either or 10, 20. He got a deal. He got a movie deal. He said he did some things to get it, and he said one of the things that he got was an ugly face, light skinned wife, and he got bent over. Now, let's be clear. Let's be clear. Before we go in though, let's just look at the commercial that Ludacris has been in lately. Fair use.
This is ludicrous.
Ludacris. All right, who called for
Let's look at his outfit. Does this look like something that he picked out, or it was picked out for him?
Ludacris?
Sorry,
We went, this is ludicrous.
Yeah.
Oh, you don't tell Ludacris what's ludicrous. Ludacris tells you what's ludicrous.
Okay.
Oh, that is ludicrous.
So, whatever, get your bread up, you know what I'm saying? But Ludacris, he hasn't been in studio. He ain't dropped nothing in like years. But for some reason, he wanted to respond to Katt Williams in the studio. Let me play this real quick, man. Fair use.
Whatever's heavy on my heart is always on my mind. Like
Iceberg's cousin.
Snoop's cannabis shredder, I'm always on my grind. They throwing shade cause niggas could never take my shine. I bring my watch collection on my jet. Let me take my time. Like fine wine, I'm aging like Benjamin. Top 5, I'm worth mentioning. Bring me rappers, I'm lynching them. See the pendulum swing, Jesus with diamond thorns. Ludacris, swaddled in Gucci linens when I was born. Never been Illuminati, only Illuminati, and I only like Snoop's solution to life. Never party. Now I'm
take that
married
beat
with
off his
kids,
hands,
the
huh?
evolution of life. Never been a clout chaser, never say shit for likes. R.I.P. John Singleton. You never have to flex when you earn every one of your Fast and Furious checks. Afro with the sideburns. Yeah, that's my signature. Addictions on the rise. Comedians check your temperature.
Before we go in,
I'll take that beat though, Luda. If you know.
before we go in though, what's this? We talk about hip hop, man. You know what I'm saying? What do you rate? Jay can't be OP in the chat. Leroy going already in, man. He had the cookout guy. Come
Everybody was on the grills, on the Barbie, skewing them.
Screw it to straight on the bar.
Skewing them.
Leroy going hard in the paint tonight.
Looking
Shut your
chicken and
ass,
everything.
to tiny leg Smokey Robinson.
Stop.
Like
it.
Ron Burgundy. Oh,
Shut your ass up like that, nigga.
Giving them the news.
Give her the news. I'm putting you on the news. Hey man, rate the bars. Though. Let's just take the situation out. How do you rate the bars? Jay can't be up here in the chat before we kind of just dive one more level in.
I mean,
got it. Nothing to brag about.
6.5, 7, maybe. I mean, it wasn't
Okay.
like-
Oh, okay.
It wasn't any. I mean, I've heard way better from Luda. So I'm saying for
I was
him,
gonna say your silence was loud,
I've
but
heard
go
a
ahead,
lot
bro.
better. Nah, I mean, I wasn't saying it was ass, but it wasn't. It didn't hit. You know what I'm saying? Especially after Katt Williams cooked you. I mean, if you're gonna come with a diss
Yeah,
track,
come back with it.
you gotta come with. You gotta come with Hades' fist. It gotta be something from the depths of the dungeon, and you gotta take that man's head off. I didn't feel like it was that. I felt it was more braggadocious than battle bars.
And
That's
you wanted
why
more battle than braggadocious.
Yeah, that's where it fell short for me. That's why I said like 6.5. You know, if this was just a regular freestyle, and he's just talking, just to put out there for his fans, I probably would have rated it. But this is supposed to be a diss track, bro. There's nothing diss. There's no diss in the diss track. Like that's a miss. That's a big swing and miss. You know what I'm saying? Like for delivery, I'm giving him more credit for delivery versus the actual bars. But from the bar perspective, it didn't hit at all.
Bebo, man, you agreeing with the 6 joint? You going higher, lower? Like we just talking about bars, you know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
again, somebody basically said, talked about your wife?
That's why I said you got to come, man, with hell's
And you smiling?
fury.
I ain't smiling when I'm dropping them bars. I ain't.
You got to come with hell's fury, man. Go ahead.
I'd
Halo.
probably go maybe somewhere between a 5 and a 6. I mean, it wasn't just like an absolute 0, but it certainly wasn't anything to brag about. It was, I think that doing it was unnecessary, but we could definitely unpack that whole situation, as Iceberg just stated, because there are at least a few things to unravel. You know, we got to peel the onion on at least a few things regarding that freestyle, but definitely nothing to really hoot and holler about.
It's not a diss. It's just
What's your thoughts, Iceberg?
it's just rapping, really.
This is the thing, man, and salute to Luda, man, because again, we grew up on him, man. We saw it. What's your fantasy? Like we grew up
I mean,
on
like
Luda.
Madden said, Luda's nice. I mean,
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Luda's
Luda
always
nice,
been nice.
man. With it,
ain't,
like,
ain't
let's be
taking
clear.
nothing from Luda as an MC at all. He
just
do
talking
look
about
like
the
one
freestyle.
of he do look like one of
Listen,
Palpatine's
we
people.
seeing the evolution of some of our heroes, right? Like we see Jay-Z come from the grill, from the Hawaiian Sophie swag to the
Jerseys.
not the jersey. They had the jerseys, but then they went to the button-ups joint. You know what I'm saying?
Headband and T-shirt.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, then
Yeah,
they go.
yeah.
Then he went to what he's at now. You know what I'm saying? So we see the evolution of some of these guys. But for Luda to wear like the Star Wars joint, like Leroy Green saying, and say that, and then say, I'm not with the Illuminati. I'm Ludanati. Like,
That was corny.
That's super corny.
stop, man.
If
know
you
what I'm
just
saying?
again, in the backseat freestyling, maybe that works. Maybe
Yeah,
that
okay,
lands.
yeah. Record me real quick.
But if you dissing somebody, that don't land. That plane don't land at all. It's not.
Not the hood's good. Get over here.
To me, it's like it's
Spider-Man.
almost like Uncle Murda should have wrote it for him, and he could have just.
Dang.
Yeah, that's when you need to. That's when you need a ghostwriter. Like, hey, write me the
Katt
bars,
Williams.
you know what I'm saying?
Dang.
He could have put the Luda swag on the
Katt
Uncle
Williams.
Murder bars, and it would have landed. It would have landed. But he didn't take Katt Williams. That wasn't even like a prick. You know what I'm saying? That dart didn't come nowhere near Katt Williams' neck. It just whistle.
Well,
whistle
this
right,
thing, it made
whistle
Katt
right
Williams
by.
more legit. What he
It
was
did.
saying more
Facts.
legit. Let's be clear.
Facts.
It did.
You know what I'm saying?
It did.
It is kind of ironic how Ludacris's pre-prepped freestyle was delivered over an instrumental by Ye West called Devil in a
In
new
a white dress.
In a new dress.
Yep. Was waiting on somebody to touch on that.
And for Luda to rap in response to a brief topic on Club Shay Shay where Katt said that Luda and Katt Williams were, you know, in the whole Illuminati thing. Just the whole response itself that Luda did, it was, again, it's unnecessary, and it just really, like Iceberg said, validated Katt Williams even more. I don't think it weakened Luda's credibility.
No.
I personally don't, but
No.
it just strengthened Katt Williams' talking points that he cited. And yeah, Luda had his sideburns that he was trying to show everybody on that freestyle, but he didn't have them as well as his afro around that fifth Fast and Furious.
I mean,
Y'all
but,
see what
but
Miss LB said?
Luda know
put?
better though, man. He had better. He
Uh-oh.
had more smoke for T.I. He had more smoke for T.I. when they was beefing than he had for Katt Williams. That's
Miss
why I
LB
understand.
said all that rapping, and he never said.
No,
Never
he
said-
didn't.
Katt was lying?
He never said
None
Katt
of them
was lying.
said Katt was
None
lying.
of them said Katt was lying.
None of them.
I just
Even
wish if you gonna.
even Cedric Entertainer was like, well, people took my jokes.
Right. Kevin Hart.
Yeah,
Hart was on NBA TV going crazy. Yeah.
that's another one that didn't land. He was horrible.
that Knicks
Are you
joke.
going to go to the? Are you going to go to? You going to watch the circus? Or are you going to be a part of it?
Yeah, I heard he bought the Knicks and they returned it. And then I heard he
They were saying dope freestyle. Luda got one up on Katt with that one.
No, I can't.
I have to
can't agree-
disagree.
If you talk
Respectfully,
about my
disagree with that
wife,
one.
yo, I'm putting on some Mob Deep instrumentals and straight barring out.
I gotta disagree with that one.
I do too.
I'm barring out
Respectfully,
on the Katt.
though. Respectfully,
Salute,
David.
David.
Yeah, respectfully. You know what I'm saying?
Leroy said only left with
Jada
the
and
B-word
Styles
after every
P.
party.
Jada
Preach.
and Styles P diss Puffy. That was a diss. That what Luda did with, like I said, it was just a freestyle.
Yeah,
That's
but
all
when
it
you
was.
when you make a rap diss, or maybe not so much a rap diss, but when you address with a rap to a comedian,
yeah,
you already know you didn't catch a win on that.
Yeah.
Man, so
Again, man, like I'm a Luda fan, man. I like Luda.
Oh, yeah,
always
we
liked
all
his
are.
albums.
Same.
But this was a bad comeback. If you're looking at bars in the moment,
That's true though, Empire Jeff. That's a very
Empire
good
Jeff was
point
saying
there.
Luda gonna get more burn off of that freestyle than off of anything he dropped in years. Smart move.
Facts.
yeah,
that's,
and that's another point. He and everybody that Katt Williams addressed, you know, well, at least some of them are trying to capitalize off of it. You know, off of the Shay Shay interview.
Well, this ain't Mike Epps even say. Mike Epps say, "Hey man, why don't you diss me so I can get some press? I got a show coming out. You know what I'm saying? I need some press." Because most people don't look at it like, man, we don't even care. We just want to
thing-
get our names out there so I can kind of get on Shade Room and bull. You know what I'm saying?
So
All these comedians know
Madden
where the
saying
sauce is.
8 out of 10. Nightmare said 7.5. I said 6.5 to 7 because of the delivery. I thought Luda always gonna come with
Luda-
it.
yeah, we
with
know he can
his
spit. Let's
delivery,
stop playing.
the way he can ride the track, pause.
Yeah.
Man,
He's always gonna be in the pocket. So that right there, that got him to at least to a 6.5 in my book. It was just
Leroy saying some of the punches were predictable though.
yeah.
yeah, yep.
Laylo saying that 4.5.
4.5.
Rick James, dog, is saying that 7 kind of basic.
Yeah, kind of basic.
7.
Yes,
Sean
I mean-
saying this was nasty.
All right.
Okay.
Again, like don't get me wrong, like I think it's all they not gonna see each other and start fighting. None of these cats, you know what I'm saying? No hairline Steve Harvey, Kevin Hart. Some of the stuff that he was everything that's, you know, Katt was saying has some truth to it, you know what I'm saying? It's really just where you lie, you know, in the argument, man. I'm just, you know, team this person and team that person. But to me, at the end of the day, when we talk about hip hop and you respond with bars, we want them a little bit more crispier. You know what I'm saying?
And this is checking
again,
a pulse, not the temperature, just for those who
So
might need a
Curtis is saying
clarification.
John Singleton put him in 2 Fast and Furious joints, which is supposed to be Ja Rule, but he
That's facts. Ja Rule was supposed to be in. He was supposed to be in more of them.
Yep.
Because at the time, who was the bigger star? We just talked
At that time, it was Ja
Why do you
Rule.
think we talk about Ja at the beginning of the show?
Yeah. Yeah. Ja Rule.
So, you suggesting Ludacris rap with Ludacris?
Look at Mama Bear
Yes.
with the bars.
Yeah,
though.
I'm telling you.
Come with the bar though, yeah.
Right,
yeah, it was.
right.
But again, like I said, man,
Luda.
Amber Knight saying he doesn't want any more smoke from Katt though.
You don't.
None of them do. Nobody does.
Nah.
Well, again, like Shay said, he got another dude coming on, man. Pause. It was, like I said, we could go into the whole comedy thing, people stealing stuff. Man, we've been doing that for years. The crazy thing though is, and correct me if I'm wrong,
All the receipts.
in the
though.
80s though, we saw the comedians like in a pack together. You know what I'm saying? We saw Cosby, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying, all those cats, man, doing the
Red
movies,
Foxes
doing
of the
Harlem
world.
Harlem Nights and Bull. You know what I'm saying?
Still one of the best
One of the best joints, let's be clear.
posse. I call it the posse cut of comedy.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, so
Legends in that joint.
it's kind of crazy that there's only like 10 to 12 real big pause black comedians.
Right.
And it's sad that the money in Hollywood kind of break these dudes up. You know what I'm saying? But again,
that is the sad part.
it's the sad part because, again, these are black men we talking about, you know, men of color.
Yeah, it's
and
horrible, man.
yeah, we want to see, on that level, we want to see unity.
Mm-hmm.
But what's you guys' thoughts, man, before we move on to the last situation?
Nah, I mean, I think you pretty much put a bow on this beautifully. I mean, it shouldn't have to come to this. You know what I'm saying? You would think these gentlemen can sit down in a room and hash all this foolishness out, man. Whether it's something as simple as paying homage, you know, you kind of go on tour together, you pay homage. It's just, I don't know, man. The infighting is ridiculous. I mean, yeah, you know, Katt obviously was not capping, but we would like to see these dudes, you know, tie this thing up, man. Because, I mean, at the end of the day, comedy, hip hop, whatever it is, man, it gets a lot of us, you know, away from the day to day, from things that's really going on in people's lives, man. It's a break from the depression. It's a break from everything that's going on out in this world, man. And if we can't even get our folks to come together, man, and be on one accord, then comedy is going to go left. You know, it's not gonna be a whole lot out there, you know, outside of your Dave Chappelle's and folks like that. But it is what it is, man. Hopefully, you know what I'm saying, like cooler heads will prevail and they'll squash all this.
Do you think J. Camp, before we slide this over to BOP, do you think it's over with? Like Katt gonna go back? Cause we saw Katt just run a 4.4. We saw him run a 40 in like 4.449
Yeah.
down in Memphis. Salute to Katt. Do you think it's over with before we slide this over to Bebo?
No.
Nope. Not at all.
Not at all, bro.
It just started. It's just cooking,
It-
dog.
it
You know,
just- it
God.
just-
This thing,
it
you know
just
who's
got
excited
going.
about this stuff though? Real talk. Diddy. Diddy's like, yeah, keep on talking that talk.
Facts.
Get me out of that circulation real quick, man.
Facts.
Bebo P, though,
But
what you thinking on this?
As-
Oh, no,
as
go
long
ahead,
as-
JK.
I was gonna say, as long as he keeps getting brought up in some of these same conversations, though, because Katt Williams did bring him up too.
If I was Diddy, I'd be like, look, Uncle Murda, what's the check, dog? You know what I'm saying?
Because what he said, Katt Williams said, hey, man, I want my cheeks virgin. I want my virgin cheeks.
For the virgin cheeks, them vegan cheeks, dog.
The virgin hole.
He
Boy,
said,
boy,
sometimes
boy.
he said, you got to tell Diddy no. You know, so he
Sometimes
got
you just got to tell him no.
No.
You got
I thought about that time where Diddy had talked to Fabulous about really party.
You ain't party with me, though. When we gonna party?
He called it stray. And you know he's going to catch strays from everywhere at this point. It is what it is, man.
Pause. I mean, dude, we have a button on here for Diddy.
And had one for quite some time now.
That's it. Come on, man. BOP, what's your final thoughts, man, on the Ludanati type bull? You know what I'm saying? And just this whole situation. And will it stop?
It's definitely not going to stop. I mean, I know Katt Williams has a Netflix special, another one coming up in, I think, May. So you know he's definitely going to be addressing some more bull. That's more than likely true, since what he told Shay Shay has still yet to be refuted.
Kevin Hart
as far as
take that proposal though, Bebo? Is he gonna take that $5 million?
Is
gonna accept
Katt
that
gonna
$5
take a
million?
proposal?
No, like, you remember he proposed to do like a comedy standoff with
Yeah, he said he gonna put $1 million up.
Kevin
Yeah.
Hart. And he's
okay.
talking about put up to $5 million. And
I think
let's
he'd be
get
willing
down.
to, but you know, his proponents don't want that smoke. They
That's
don't.
what I'm saying. You know Kevin Hart don't want that smoke.
He
man.
don't want the smoke. He don't. As far as this, Luda freestyle, again, it's mid. You know, I know that there's some mixed opinions, but it is what it is, and
People
we
just went
respect
ahead
that.
and said it's me.
It's mid.
It's mid. It's very mid, but that never been Illuminati. It was only a Ludanati.
Leroy Green.
It kind of reminded me of a certain song that was titled Formation in the first line of it, for those who can decipher who and what it is that I'm
Mike
talking
MC
about.
have a
So
great response to that.
I'll leave that there. Yeah,
Well,
Mike
and like I
Epps'
said,
response
man,
was funny.
Yeah, salute to Emma. Like, yeah, his response is crazy, by the way. Which he's basically saying how everybody thinks in Hollywood anyway. They don't care about it. They just like, look, man, I'm just trying to go in the shade room and all these little press joints. Because again, everybody, when it comes to our culture, man, the sad part about it, man, everybody wants to see a fight. You know what I'm saying? I think the Boondocks said it. You throw a chair in the middle of a whole bunch of people, for black people, it's gonna be a riot. They're gonna go crazy. So again, man, like I said, it's sad, but
The
it
chair
is,
won
man.
2023 too.
Yeah, facts, man. So Matic
did.
saying, fact,
River-
Luda's
that
delivery was
riverboat
still on point
situation.
though. Yeah, it was.
Yeah. The delivery was.
Oh yeah, his delivery's always
He
on
smoked
point.
that.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, he smoked that.
But again, like I said, I don't think it's over. And I mean, real talk. If Uncle Shay, man, puts Corey Holcomb on there, next.
Shout out to 5150.
Shout out 5150, man. You put
Man.
Corey on there next.
Corey gonna unleash.
Let's be clear, man. Like it's gonna be a whole situation, man. Yeah,
You know Corey's
Sean
with
J,
all
man,
the
Adrian,
smoke.
man, the truth. Salute to Hip Hop
Salute
Talks,
to them, man.
Yeah, hey,
Yes,
man. This thing
yes,
is
yes.
on all their social media platforms, man. Go follow Hip Hop Talks, man. They basically bless us with all the Nas information, videos, and all that. Let's be clear. We know what the source is, and man, we show salute and get flowers over here. Much love over there, man. And Nas info
love to
on the
them,
school.
man.
Let's be clear, man. On Twitter.
Salute
Salute.
to them, man.
We had this situation, and salute to Miss LB. This really came from Miss LB in the Hip Hop Junkies. If you haven't went over to Hip Hop Junkies, that is our Facebook private group. You know what I'm saying? Go over there, man. Nightmare's always holding it down. Miss LB's always holding it down, too. She had put in one of the articles, man, where it talked about Pete Rock basically saying what kind of ruined hip-hop. And it started with this conversation, or this audio that basically Eric Sermon has said. Check this out real quick, man. Fair use for educational purposes only.
Hip hop is just not hip hop. I just think that they should change the name. I know you shouldn't and I know no disrespect, but it's like
First of all, salute to Bebo P's uncle right there. That's Wellington Turner.
Never
Stop
Wellington.
And no
Never.
disrespect, but it's not what that is. Yo, hip hop is what it is. It comes from a culture, and hip hop can evolve, but this is not evolving.
You think
Evolving is Melly Mel to Rakim stage to the whole nine to Wu-Tang, from Wu-Tang to Murda Inc. DMX. That's evolving. You know, to Cameron them, Dipset. That's evolving. It's still the culture.
that's a fact.
This not. I didn't go for that. You can't go from that and don't evolve and come to where we at right now. That's not what that is. And they actually are saying they are rappers. They saying they something else. They call it some type of vibe or something or whatever. But they can't be. That is not what this culture is about. This culture is about content.
Salute to Eric Sermon, the Green Eye Bandit, man. Pete Rock basically kind of like had a social media post off of that and basically was saying chasing the money and talking about money in the bag and all that has basically kind of ruined hip-hop. Because, again, before hip-hop, CL Smooth and Pete Rock, man, that whole group was about just, what's going on in the streets, talking about their neighborhood, having fun, partying. That's what hip-hop was mainly about. Then when it went corporate, is when you start seeing some of this other stuff and also these industry plants. Look at the same thing we talk about with the comedy realm. When Kings of Comedy came out, it was dope. It was so fresh. It was so cool to see all those guys do their thing. But then after that, what did they do? They gave all them TV shows on Fox with writers from different cultures.
Yep.
So let's shut all that up real quick, because y'all waking up the blacks. Same thing with hip-hop, man. Let's start controlling these cats by saying, hey, man, let's talk about the money thing. Do you guys agree? Or are we just some old men up here like old man Ebro over here trying to sniff Nicki Minaj's chair?
You did get set up on that one, Camper.
Yeah, I really couldn't even respond.
Hey, let me know when you get up so I can sniff your chair.
I think this is record label. Yeah, I mean, I agree with some of what Dub was saying, but I think a lot of it too is still record label pushing. I mean, they own hip hop, man. We slowly starting to get chunks of it back, but once the record labels had too much of a stranglehold on it. We talked about Ja Rule earlier. We talked about what they did to him. So it went on for a decade plus, man, where the record labels, like you said, industry plans, pushing different narratives, pushing different agendas. And so chasing money is some of it, but a lot of it is just we don't control 100% of the culture. We certainly don't control the way the pie is sliced and spread.
So much pie.
So to me, that's been the issue. I think now cats are starting to learn that being indie is your way to go. And as long as you can navigate social media and navigate some of these other spaces to kind of to get the money, you don't lose your creative control. But we lost 100% of our creative control once we let the record labels pretty much dictate what hip hop is going to be. And we still trying to slowly but surely get out of that. But that's, to me, that's where it started. Besides artists just chasing the bag, this is record labels saying, "Nah, we own you."
Did this start with Jay-Z? Because remember they said Jay-Z was the artist that would always talk about money and all that.
It's a good question.
That's a good question. I mean, you can argue LL too, in some respects.
Yeah.
I mean, Jay-Z's a big influencer. Let's say that. Like he was handing some keys.
No, I think somewhere maybe in that late 90s era, just to piggyback off of J Camp, probably around when you started to kind of get that maybe I'm not just making it exclusive to who I'm about to say, but like kind of around that Hot Boy era is when you really just started to see kind of a significant shift of more of a money focus, if you want to call it that.
So you're saying
And that's just
Universal had their hand in that?
Oh man,
Wellington Turner.
I guess, but I do agree
Universal
to an
Records
extent with
Atlantic.
Eric Sermon and Pete Rock in that today's generation of rappers, particularly in the mainstream fold, they're not a sign of musical progress or evolution in hip hop as a whole. And again, just mostly talking about the mainstream fold. It's hard to deny
But it's
too
not
when
even
you
really
see.
their fault though.
No, I'm not
They-
saying that.
They were raised in that. I think Iceberg
Right.
just said you had Hove and other cats. I mean, so they were just brought up into a system that was already that seed was already planted for them.
And
So
that
I
kind of
don't-
goes to the point. Yeah, it's systemic. A lot of it is. A lot of it's cultural too. Inside, what the record labels dictate behind closed doors and their think tanks, but also outside of what goes on within our cultures as well. So there's many different variables to the downgrade and the denigration of what goes on in hip hop. Though there is the other side of like your Knowledge the Pirates, your Rock Marcianos, Shea Noirs, and so forth that are helping to keep this thing fueled, and platforms such as ours, Rap Roundtable, according to hip hop, and so forth. So that is the other side of the coin. But again, as far as the mainstream fold is concerned, it's a multifaceted situation, a multi-layered situation.
Look what Curtis
that
is saying, though. Curtis is saying, who took it corporate? Which MCs took it corporate?
I think it definitely MCs plural because it's definitely more.
Yeah,
than
it's
one.
not. We're not just saying just blaming one person. But again, we saw Nas on like one of his MTV Diaries where he was on the phone with like Heineken and somebody was like, "Yo, they over here trying to get me to get a deal. I ain't doing it." You know what I'm saying?
There's nothing wrong with going corporate. It's just how it's done. Like there's no balance in the game because with that corporate transition in mass came just the materialistic focus, and then that was dang near like a full stop. Whereas before, you would have cats get paid or whatever for advertising. What's that beer?
We're not saying the
Everybody had a
advertise.
song
We're
for.
saying the when you get some of these corporate sponsorships, you can only do so much. You know what I'm saying? And you have to do things a certain way. So there's nothing wrong.
Oh, yeah,
with
you gotta
getting
play ball,
corporate
right.
money. But then it's the whole thing like, hey man, you gotta say the name of the drink in the hook. You know what I'm saying? And all this other stuff.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So corporate stuff took over. You know what I mean? So again, like I said, it's one of those situations where Pete Rock has basically obviously been in the game for a while, man, since the early 90s to now. He saw it evolve, just like Mike Knight, Madden's, Miss LB's, you know what I'm saying, Mike H's, all the cats in the chat, man, who been watching this, man, since we've been little pups out here, man, before we got out on the porch.
Right.
So we saw the evolution of some of our heroes, man, that, I remember Steve Harvey said, man, once I got my bread, I ain't never going back to the hood. So I'm going to do whatever it takes, man, to stay here. So we see some of that mindset going into some of our artists. That Busta Rhymes album.
That Blockbuster,
man. You know the old bus, man, the 97 bus wouldn't make no crap like that. Let's be clear.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So again, and we're not just talking about money. We're just talking about the influences that they have on our culture. You know what I'm saying? Again, we don't want to be the old men on the boxes and all that. But at the end of the day, it's one of those things that if you love hip hop, you got to talk about the other side of it too. You know what I'm saying? The D-boy talk, you know what I'm saying? And the drug talk that's in it. There's other side of the game of that too. You know what I'm saying? Like the Erykah Badu record, man, the other side of the game. What's your thoughts, man, just on the paper chasing aspect? And do we blame the corporate situation or basically the artist just like any other restaurant? If you say you want hamburgers, we're going to give it to you because you're not buying it. I think Leroy Green said it the other day. He said, people ask for a Lloyd Banks record, but then won't buy it. But then they'll go out here and support Sexy Red looking like a straight, one of them little ants on the Ant movie and bull, the little Disney little ant joint. You know what I'm saying?
I think
What's
it's
your
kind of
thing, B-Bo?
twofold. I think it's twofold. I think both factors come into play. I mean, of course, again, there's systemic variables that have helped to steer the course of hip hop into what it is that we see in a lot of cases now within the mainstream fold. But at the same time, there's you don't see. Basically, you're seeing a lot of mistakes repeat. and a lot of these artists signing the same type of 360 deals, heading in the same direction as their predecessors did, but with less skill. And because of that, blame goes not just in one direction, and it's not just narrow focused onto one entity or one person or anything like that. Blame goes to the system, but it also goes to those who don't support hip hop as well. The consumers have to take some level of accountability as well. So it's a multi-layered situation.
Touch is saying Diddy Shiny Shoe era started it.
You know what? I didn't think about that initially. That's a good point. I think you're right, Touch.
Because again, the Volume 1 joint was produced by who?
You talking about Diddy's album?
No, Jay-Z's Volume 1.
Oh, wasn't that Diddy?
Diddy did all that little Sunshine Bull and all that.
Yeah.
Obviously Jay was trying to take over at the time, but I never heard LL rap about money. But it was that era where it's like, hey, everything has to be polished. We need a Katt Williams visual to make it look bigger than life. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it stopped representing where the rap came from and where it kind of wanted to go. Because again, corporate stuff is like, hey, we trying to make the chicken noodles with a soda on the side records. You know what I'm saying, and all that stuff. So. I get it. Nino, first of all, salute to Nino, man. LA super producer in the building, man. If you need a beat, go holler at Nino Beige. He said hip-hop just grew up to become our parents. In 89, 90, NWA was putting out N-Words for Life, was a part of the content, including killing, prostitution, gang, raping, underage. Our parents were outraged. And then he also said paid in full, or I can pay in full money, been a topic.
Right.
Soulmatic, Death Row Records selling all those records was the turning point. Ooh.
It's another good point.
If we being honest, where corporate interests began to touch base with hip hop. Again, and I think that's why like the Clash was already on pace before all the Big and Tupac situations, man. They're making so much money. Let's be clear, Snoop. I mean, they did it organically, but the music that they made influenced so much on the corporate side. And again, because of fans, we really don't look at the corporate side of hip hop, man, and what's really going on and how they're making their bread.
Right.
And the Death Row thing was definitely a lot because Suge was getting everybody paid. Let's be clear. Nightmare saying.
He's Nightmare saying it got dumbed down and more C to the double O N-ish. Once the South became dominant. Ooh. Wow. Amber Knight said, yeah. Amber Knight said Run DMC were corporate. And that's the thing. You had folks like your Run DMCs, your Rakims, your Cool G Raps, and Jay and Nas, of course. They rapped about money. They rapped about mafioso stuff and the money, cars, and clothes, and all of what knows. But they also had balance to go along with that. They also had some substance that kept things hip hop. And as Iceberg alluded to, there was balance within the system and the infrastructure of the art form.
Yeah, they took Jay Kemp, man. Like, that little 10-foot alien in Miami. They
didn't found Katt Williams and got him. Got him.
Kevin Hart and no hairline Harvey. But no, Curtis saying that St. Ives commercial.
St. Ives, that's what it was.
Yeah,
Thank
they had
you,
the
bro.
St. Ives joints, you know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Nightmare saying stay real like Eric Sermon said years ago.
Right,
man.
right.
You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
Curtis also saying Pete Rock and CL Smooth did Spike commercials. Same with their cousin Heavy D.
Correct.
You know what I'm saying?
And again, there's nothing wrong with going corporate. It just depends on how it's
it's
how
the
you go
influence
about
behind
it.
Yeah,
Right.
it's the influence
Correct.
behind it, man.
Correct.
Nino saying it's been corporate since major labels even signed a Hip Hop Act, like Run DMC, like Amber said. So we're not knocking the hustle and saying don't take the money, but now we're at the point now where like you got YouTube. You can go and look up, comedians stealing stuff. It's not just TV anymore. Like we can go and look up, how some of the artists are artists that we grew up on, De La Soul and those cats. We're still getting dicked. You know what I'm saying? Like
And there's plenty of content out
as far as
there.
they publishing and they records. You know what I'm saying? So
Yep.
the question is, why do you guys feel like some of the artists haven't not unionized per se, but basically just came into a different space where, hey, let's start collaborating together, like the Status Selectors, like the Bum Beats, come out with our stuff on Bandcamp. You know what I'm saying? We saw Big Hit Game, they dropping their stuff straight independent, man. But again, why do you guys think, man, a lot of cats maybe aren't doing these things at all? And first, hold on, man, I'm real quick, man. Mike H is in here. Sexy Red, man, got 5-year-olds twerking. It's on the parents at the end of the day, but it's by design.
Facts.
Do you agree with that, BOP? And salute to Mike H, man, as the co-sponsor tonight, man. Salute, man. Mad love tonight.
Yeah, I definitely agree. And I think that goes back to our talking points of, hey, this is a multi-layered onion. Yeah, it's systemic by way of what Mike H is saying, it being by design. But at the end of the day, it's cultural too, which ties into Mike H's parental talking point as well. So yeah, it's definitely a multifaceted situation to where even though it's extremely difficult to control, if not impossible, what goes on systemically, but you can also, as Iceberg said, you know, with the modern age of technology, you can look up what publishing is all about instead of looking at IG videos of models. You can look up how, instead of playing as many video games, you know, you can look up how the music business just operates. You can look up so many things nowadays to where, you know, back then in the 80s and 90s, you know, in the golden era and the, you know, 80s, 90s and so forth, you didn't have social media. So you had to go to select bookstores, even if they had a music industry book.
If they had a book, yeah.
So, I mean, really, there's just no excuse, but a lot of people are distracted nowadays. And to answer your question before that you asked, Iceberg, as to why there's not like a unionized mindset, is because Western society is individualized, whereas most other countries, depending on the country you're talking about, they have more of a collective mindset. So I think that has a lot to do with why a lot of folks here know better but refuse to do better. It's because it's maybe not habitual.
Hey, man, this is the thing. When Lil Nas X made that, like, Old Town Road joint, they said, get this nigga out of here.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
We not letting him even in the joint. Don't give him no awards. We don't want this trend to go on because they know how some of the millennials are, man. Like, hey, if it works for him, I'm going to do it too.
And
you know
remember they did the same thing with Bey.
Man, come on, but get your ass out of here. They not letting it. So again, salute to the country cats because they like protect they boo. I think with hip hop and not having ownership, man, it's hard to control the narrative when you don't own it. Let's be clear. So
Say that again, bro.
I think for 2024, man, I think hip hop 50. Hey, let's celebrate hip hop. But now where we gonna go for the next 50? You know what I'm saying? So the next 50 has to be about ownership. It has to be about the educating. Like, to me, the artists should educate the fans. So salute to Katt Williams, regardless of where you stand on what he said. At least he was trying to educate the user and say, hey, man, like, some of the stuff y'all seeing ain't really what it is. It's this over here. You know what I'm saying? This hand's moving, but this hand's doing something over here. So, again, we need more shot callers in hip-hop. We need some people to call out the bullshit. That starts with having more e-commerce in other places, man. Some economic more streams basically coming in. You know what I'm saying? So you're not dependent on the labels at all. Because if you depend on the labels, then you have to basically do what they say. You know what I'm saying? So again, that's why everybody questioned Benny's situation on getting with Def Jam and not staying independent. But like I said, we'll see how it goes for Benny. But again, like I said, man, so Maddox saying the marketing dollars are different with the big label support. Not every artist is built to be independent and slow grind to success. Facts.
I understand that.
That's huge right there.
It is huge.
That's huge, but I think people don't understand the money that they give you. You got to get that joint back.
Yep. It's
basically a loan. You know what I'm saying? So even if you sold 1,000 copies, it's better than selling 100,000 on the label.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? But again, somebody needs to start educating some of the new artists coming in. But then the new artists, they're young, they don't know anything. And the crazy thing about Hollywood, just like hip hop, there's always somebody ready to get fucked.
Facts. Big facts,
So
bro.
when this actor has already been played out and they ain't like the Eddie Murphy, we can make one. Let's give Kevin Hart a show, give him a Soul Plane, and we good. We gave $1 million. We gave $1 million to Ice Cube. He made a goofy movie where they sitting on the porch, and that's a cult classic. We can make that. We'll make whatever. Oh, you making this? We can make another. We can make a Jay-Z-X person or a Drake person with Harlow. So again, man, it goes back to the consumers. And again, the thing you have to understand, and salute to Uncle Shay, is everybody y'all consume, according to hip hop, Drink Champs, Rap Roundtable, Elliott Wilson, shout out to Mace. You got to understand who's buttering their bread. You know what I'm saying? Over here, you see it, man. Gritty, Curtis coming through with a $5 holler. You got to understand, man, the people basically support this situation, the streams, the money you guys give. So we can keep it 100. It's just like when Joe Buttons came out, he had the best podcast because he was on there spitting game. Once he became corporate and signed with Diddy, man, come on, man. I can't talk about that because that's my friend.
As he
Over here, we can say it. So Curtis is over here dropping the $5 holler. Salute my guy.
Yeah.
Salute. He's saying we can control the narrative. We got to stop being down with everything that's hot.
Quote,
The
unquote,
crazy
hot,
sad
right.
thing, though, is that's how hip-hop is, though. So, again, salute to the dope contemporary cats, man. The Bum B's, the older cats still holding it down, man. They're still doing their thing. The Rhapsodies, man, still doing their thing, man. What's your thoughts on what Curtis is saying? And salute to Curtis, man, for the $5 holler.
Absolutely, absolutely. Everything starts with the decision in life. So with that said, Curtis 75 Black is spot on when he says that we can absolutely control the narrative. You know, having faith in other people or entities kind of leads into that thinking that something's hot because something's pushed upon us. And some of those things can be hot, but it's time for us to really start taking control in order to preserve this thing that we call hip hop. Otherwise, the next 50 years isn't going to be anything to smile at. 360 deals, as Power 800 said. Do your research on those.
I wonder if they have
see.
360 deals in country. You know what I'm saying? If a country artist going to take a 360 deal. Come on, man.
You don't hear, I'm not sure, but you don't hear a lot of complaints that go down in, from country artists or artists of others, genres and so forth. Leroy Green said, 1, rappers equal 2, managers, an A&R, stylist, producer, social media handler, the promoter, the graphic designer, the video guy, the attorney, the accountant, and whoever else is not even listed in Leroy Green's situation. But in a nutshell, Leroy Green's spot on.
Yeah.
So, I mean, all this, when it's all said and done, it's just going to be nothing but this.
Yeah, facts. And again, man, we leave y'all with that, man. Again, Kevin, I got to give them farts, man, for that shit. Again, man, like I said, man, we just wanted to tap in real quick with y'all, man. Sunday afternoon, man, give y'all some hip hop, man. I love the fact that, man, that we can talk some hip hop, man, talk some news, talk some trending topics, but also talk something that has some substance to it over here, man. Again,
Facts.
Support independent hip hop media. We love the mass joints too, but you gotta understand, man, where all they bread is buttered. A lot of stuff, man, is super corporate, so they can't say certain things or do certain things. A lot of times, man, once you take that money from the devil, ain't no going back, man. So, and that's the same thing with the music and all this other stuff, man. You're gonna be in a State Farm commercial looking goofy as hell. So, like I said, man, it's one of those situations, man, where what is really, and I spin this back to you guys, man. What's running your life, man? Is it money, or is it family, or is it basically your purpose, or which one is it? You know, at the end of the day, man. So what we want to basically encourage everybody is money is important, no doubt. You know what I'm saying? But your purpose always comes first, man. So to me, you know, this is why this year, man, you end this year, you start the year how you end it. Started with family, man. Started with some realness, man. Started with some substance. Again, man, over here, man, we support everybody, man. We not no haters, man. Whether it's hip hop talks, according to hip hop, rap roundtable. You know, yeah, we do hate on Elliott Wilson, man, who was actually interviewing Jay-Z at the Book of Clarence joint. Get the money, man. But again, go to his IG page, by the way, which he blocked us, by the way. Go to his IG page, man, and see what he's posting, man. Yeah, he hating. But go to his IG page and see what he's promoting. You're going to see a picture of Ice Spice's butt on there. What's that got to do with hip-hop? So, again, like I said, man, always mess with the real ones. I'm trying to encourage, man, like cats like Coop, Jarv, man, you know what I'm saying? Everybody in our space, man. Adriel Green, Sean, everybody over there, man, Hip Hop Talks. To really start, man, let's start infiltrating some of these spots too and create our own situations at the same time. So we got Rap Verse, man. Salute to DJ Scando. You know what I'm saying? Always holding it down, man. Yeah. Heavy imprint in the game, on the Facebook game, everywhere. But as we create our own situations, let's infiltrate them joints too. You know what I'm saying? So, man, Amber spitting it right now. Purpose comes first. You know what I'm saying? And salute to everybody that's doing it and living that, man, in their daily lives. And also, hey, man, they only got you for 8 hours, man. After the 8 hours, you can do whatever the hell you want. You know what I'm saying? What's your final thoughts, man, before we get up out of here, B-Bo P and the chat?
It's important, as stated before, to control the narrative of whatever it is that you're purposed to do, because, heck, even Katt Williams said on the Shay Shay interview, just when you think that these bourgeoisie people are powerful, quote unquote, he said these people aren't powerful because Satan can't create anything, including blessings for his people. Satan can't do that. He also said that the truth don't need motivation, and winners are not allowed to let losers rewrite history, right? So to be confident and not delusional is a real skill. Stop paying people that you do not have respect for, including attention. And really, just when you're good at something, you should progress. The people who aren't, you know, just let them fall by the wayside, and, you know, let the chips fall where they may, you know. Definitely salute to Katt Williams, you know, for a superb, legendary interview, as well as Shannon Sharp on Club Shay Shay. And a bigger salute to you guys for supporting platforms such as hip hop, such as Fresh Out Hip Hop, According to Hip Hop, Rap Roundtable, Ease Experience, and many, many others that are probably too many to name. It's really time to land on your purpose, if you haven't already, and just take off with it. We support you guys just as much as you support us. Much love to our those who got love for us, and even our haters. And catch us next time on Fresh Out with J Camp, who killed it, Iceberg, who killed it, and yours truly, Bebop. We got much love for y'all, and please be safe. We are rooting for you guys just as much as you are for us in this new year of 2024. And stay tuned for more people in more situations getting exposed as well.
First of all, Leroy said it, man. Again, like, reiterated that Katt situation. The truth doesn't need promotion. Motivation bars. You know what I'm saying?
Facts,
so
Leroy.
Again, like I said, salute. Antoine was goody 1486. I saw people, man. He said the nigga get a notification, he gonna run it back. Yeah, run it back, man. Salute. Hit that like button, man. Mike H, man, all our guys, man, and show some love on the money tip. Mike H, Gritty, Curtis, man. Salute to everybody that just held us down on the financial tip. On the likes, man, hit us on the likes too, man. Again, this year, man, is all about independent hip hop not taking over, but it's infiltrating the entire game. I just saw DJ Scando coming up in here. Salute.
Scando.
You know what I'm saying? DJ Scandalous. Hey, man, go and like his pages, everything that he's doing, man. He's on the road to 1 million. Again, man, we basically always tap into him, pause, as far as information, swag, you know what I'm saying, direction, man. Salute to DJ Scando, man. It's a family, and that's what we try to always explain. Whether we have Coop over here, Jarv coming through, Mace, you know what I'm saying? All kind of cats, man, that just come through. We got a lot of little interviews that we got dropping. We just trying to get the holiday away a little bit. And we got some really dope stuff coming, man. Everybody that's basically in the chat, man, we appreciate you guys so much, man.
We really
you are the
do.
reason for the show. You give us, you guys make it sane, man, make it fun. Mike Knight, man, one of our guys, man, on Twitter, man, always making it fun and cool, man. Like I said, Gritty, you know what I'm saying? Power 800, man, scroll up to the top, man, you know what I'm saying? Gritty and everybody. Again, we'll see you guys on Wednesday. We just want to give y'all some love real quick on this Sunday.
Please be safe.
We're going to be cooking on Wednesday, man. Like I said, hope we're going to get J-Cam back, man. I think I got took by that little alien in Miami. Or Sus Diddy, one of them joints, man.
Oh, you gotta hit the X-File and the Cauldron, brother.
We might get J-Cam back, man. But like I said, man, J-Cam, Bebo P, Iceberg Slim. You know how it goes down. Peace.
Peace. World's most dangerous podcast.
We gon' be in the building with good. The world doing bar for bar.
They camp was going down, man. Let's get it.
What's good?
Hundo up in this studio.
Hundo.
We ain't out.
Please wipe your feet. You rockin' with FRSHOUT. Yeah. FRSHOUT is here, ain't no tiptoeing. The competition running like they Jesse Owens. Please believe, Dookie, this is our moment. We hard in the paint, boy, Kavon Looney. I told Iceberg, please hand the koofy. I'm not a newbie. You will never catch my feet in the bad boy jacuzzi. Stop it. That's that sus-ish. We live, B. We want that real smoke. And be careful, it's kinda cutthroat. The chat going ham. They just might make you get out like no one in the blue notes. Stop it.